Nodens Arc, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It took players a very long time to finally work out how to get this rare bow legitimately. To get the bow, arguably the best in the game, all you need to do is complete all the Treasures of Britain dungeons, kill the right Templar zealots, unlock Excalibur, and then take Excalibur to a lake shaped like Singapore and hit an otherwise unbreakable ore with Excalibur at sunset to break it and get this bow. You may wonder how people figured this out at all, and the answer is obvious. You just had to buy the collector's edition and then painstakingly translate the Isu language found within to get the clues. The wreck of the 1715 fleet, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Anybody interested in pirate or Caribbean history will have immediately identified what fleet Edward was on when he was taken prisoner at the beginning of Black Flag. It was the long-lost 1715 Spanish treasure fleet, containing hundreds of millions of dollars in gold, that was sunk in a hurricane off the coast of Florida. While in reality the El Dorado, which becomes Kenway's Jackdaw, wasn't a real ship in the fleet, you can later return to the site of the wreckage and dive for treasure. Perhaps the reason modern archaeologists are still struggling to fully investigate these lost ships, not all of which have been found, is because pirates stole all the booty and covered their tracks. Probably not, but it's nice that you can return to the wreckage. Pyramid Tomb, Assassin's Creed Origins. Do you remember the time that Assassin's Creed predicted the future? Yes, its historical accuracy has been called into question many times, but maybe Ubisoft really does have access to an alternate hidden version of global events. In late 2017, Egyptologists using cutting-edge science found that the Great Pyramid of Giza once held a large hidden chamber. What was more astonishing, however, was that the chamber had already appeared in Assassin's Creed Origins just months beforehand. Developers credit their in-depth archaeological research for the discovery, saying that there were many theories about lost chambers before definitive proof was unearthed. The Lost Mayan Ruins, Assassin's Creed 3.
Kid's treasure is probably inside that pyramid.
This mission was originally part of the Hidden Secrets DLC pack and later bundled in with the full remaster of AC3 and Liberation. It's all part of Connor's journey to uncover Captain Kidd's treasure, taking him to a small but very detailed map in South America. While in the next entry we'd be exploring tropical jungles and Mayan ruins to our heart's content, the novelty hadn't worn off when this enormous step temple appeared in Assassin's Creed 3. After a whole game spent climbing around colonial churches and trees, this platforming mission was a breath of fresh air. And maybe you missed it entirely if you didn't buy the DLC or play the remaster. At the end of it all, you get Captain Kidd's sword. Mjolnir, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. As soon as you heard Assassin's Creed was covering the Vikings, you probably suspected that the most famous Norse weapon of all, Thor's hammer Mjolnir, was going to appear. But could you have ever found it without internet guides? We doubt it because it's so well hidden and has such stringent late game requirements to get it. Stashed away in a crater far to the north of Norway, Not only do you have to beat the game's story to get Mjolnir to spawn at all, but you also have to be wearing the complete Thor armor set to be worthy enough to pick it up. It also won't be marked on your map, meaning you need to know where it is, and there's no chance of finding it accidentally given its extreme isolation. Circe, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you stray off the beaten path, you might find this small island boasting a large temple in the Aegean Sea. When you get close in the Adestria, Barnabas will warn that a witch lives on the island.
But then I saw her drinking wine with a witch. Then I could hear her singing like a siren.
You'll arrive and find a large number of wild boars and a woman named Circe. Anybody familiar with Greek mythology and the Homeric epics will recognize Circe as the goddess Odysseus must contend with after she turns his crew into pigs.
Where are my manners? You must be weary after your long journey. There's some wine in my hold if you'd fetch it for us. I'm a bit indisposed at the moment.
This Circe isn't doing that. She's just drugging shipwrecked sailors, feeding them to the pigs, and then drinking pig blood. Nothing magic about it.
My pater had my mother flayed for being a witch. He'd have killed me too until well, he won't be hurting anyone now.
Giant squid, Assassin's Creed 2. Far underneath a Venetian church, Ezio will need to complete an additional assassin tomb, this one for Leonis. We're sure most players were completing all the tombs, but if you stood around for long enough after pulling a certain lever in this underground flooded chamber, Ezio will witness a giant squid appear in the water. It'll even try to attack him with its tentacles. Never mind that the Venice Lagoon is almost definitely much too shallow for a giant squid to live in, Ezio will see the beast nonetheless and have to dodge out of the way. There's another giant squid in Black Flag too. Shard of Eden, Assassin's Creed 3. Remember when we said Connor was visiting the Mayan temple to try and uncover Captain Kidd's lost treasure? Well, did you ever actually find the treasure? If you're a completionist, we're sure you did, trading in all those trinkets and then heading off on your voyage to Oak Island. But if you didn't finish the quest, you might still be wondering today what the treasure of Oak Island actually is.
This is what Captain Kidd suffered over for so long. Astonishing.
Well, it's a Shard of Eden. A small piece of Eden that, when carried, allows the user to deflect bullets. It makes Connor pretty powerful, and we can see why it was hidden at the end of a long collection quest.
That's it? A single gold coin? There was nothing else? Was the cash pilfered already?
The glyphs, Assassin's Creed 2.
That's computer code. Let me compile it. Oh shit, it's an encrypted file.
While the glyphs are hidden in places you'll definitely visit throughout the game, and there's a little icon in the codex to let you know which landmarks have them, they're still fascinating to find, even years later. The glyphs provide so much lore and backstory to the franchise so early on, hiding snippets of information about all the pieces of Eden, the Templars, assassins, and historical conflicts they influenced. Once you unlock all the glyphs, you also unlock the video The Truth. Which explains how the Isu bred humans as slaves and how Adam and Eve began the human uprising.
I have it.
Eve,
Look out! Wow.
was that what I think it was?
The Vault, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yet I would first join the villagers at their fire. They tell stories and I like to listen, though I do not hear.
It's a pleasant surprise to find out that the Vinland sequence in Valhalla, while optional, was never a DLC or anything extra you had to buy. Once you arrive in Vinland, be sure to take a look around, because this isn't any insignificant corner of the new world. No, you're actually only a little further north of the frontier map in Assassin's Creed 3. That means Eivor can go find the enigmatic vault, aka the Grand Temple, all the characters want to access in AC3. And during the story, Eivor recovers an Apple of Eden, which turns out to be the very same one Connor had nearly 1,000 years later. Eivor entrusts the apple to the tribe and returns to England.
Take it and guard it. It may be that one day you will know its purpose.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.